July 2, 2025. A warm evening draped itself over Cross Keys, New Jersey, where the sun still hung high and the horizon wavered in gentle heat. Just past 5:24 in the afternoon, that peaceful summer calm was pierced by the unexpected Cessna 208 Bravo Supervan 900, tail number November 716, Mike, found itself in grave trouble, struggling to return to Earth in one piece. I traced the moments back to their start. The aircraft was operated by ARN Aviation for Skydive Cross Keys, a familiar sight over the fields of Gloucester County. 15 souls were aboard, one pilot and 14 eager skydivers, harnesses strapped, adrenaline already racing. They lifted off from runway 27 at Cross Keys Airport only 5 minutes earlier, the climb steady at first, the hum of the Honeywell turboprop engine carrying them upward toward promise. But something faltered. In the hush of blue sky, a problem emerged, likely deep inside the engine's beating heart. Reports would later confirm the pilot radioed concerns, deciding swiftly to return. For a brief moment, it must have seemed possible that fortune might yet favor them. The aircraft circled, losing altitude in tight orbits, trying to align once more with the slender strip of asphalt below. Yet destiny did not bend to hopeful calculations. As the Cessna neared the runway, it could not arrest its momentum. The landing became a desperate overrun. Beyond the pavement lay a line of trees, indifferent sentinels that met the aircraft with crushing certainty. The Supervan tore through branches and splintered trunks, coming to rest in a tortured sprawl of bent metal and fuel-soaked earth. Miraculously, all 15 survived the initial impact. But 14 bore the marks of violence: fractures, blunt injuries, burns from spilled fuel. 3 were flown by helicopter to trauma centers, their conditions initially critical. Others were loaded into ambulances or treated by medics who arrived to a chaotic tableau: skydiving rigs scattered amid twisted wreckage, passengers staggering away, slick with jet fuel, eyes wide from shock. Even so, there were no funerals to arrange that evening. A grace that cannot be overstated. It was a crash without coffins, though hospitals across the county received patients who would carry lasting reminders of how quickly joy aloft can tumble into agony. As I dwell on this event, I turn my thoughts to the mechanics that govern such tragedies. Investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board arrived swiftly, marking off debris fields, speaking in measured tones. They will pore over maintenance logs of the Honeywell engine, scrutinize every rivet of that airframe, built in 1999, and piece together testimony from shaken survivors. They will also study the judgment of the pilot. Was the decision to return made promptly enough? Was the glide calculated precisely? Did any subtle misstep tilt fate's balance? Weather, by all accounts, was gentle. A light southerly wind at 8 knots, clear visibility. Scattered clouds lounging harmlessly above 3,000 feet. Nothing in the sky itself conspired against them. Which points even more insistently to the aircraft's own heart, the engine that may have failed them when steady thrust mattered most. In the coming months, perhaps stretching well beyond a year, the NTSB will release findings. They will parse metallurgical samples, examine cockpit instruments frozen at the instant of impact, and assemble a story clearer than what little we now know. They will parse metallurgical samples, examine cockpit instruments frozen at the instant of impact, and assemble a story clearer than what little we now know. Their conclusions may lead to new advisories for operators of skydiving flights, reminding all who ferry hopeful jumpers skyward that even familiar engines harbor potential for sudden silence. But on this day, July 2nd, 2025, I recount the facts with humility. I think of those 14 injured, some still lying in recovery rooms with rods bracing broken limbs, others staring out hospital windows replaying the instant green trees filled the windshield. I think of the pilot, no doubt carrying a private weight heavier than twisted aluminum. And I think of the fragile line that runs between exultation and disaster, a line crossed in mere seconds above a quiet New Jersey airfield. Such is the enduring lesson of aviation. Every takeoff is a contract with laws unseen. And every landing is their fulfillment, whether by graceful descent or by cruel interruption. This was Cross Keys, where adventure met misfortune, and yet where life, against harsh odds, managed to prevail.